Four. Well, you die. That's what happens. Which animal belongs to the collective noun a bike?
Welcome to Scheiberfest, number 4.
Hello and welcome to Cyberfest here at Turning Point Brewing Company. I'm Cameron and this is Aaron.
Hello.
Hope you're all having a lovely time at home drinking some delicious beers. Thanks for joining us in the brewery wherever you are in the world. We've got a lovely beer for you today. This is our Perpetual Dawn.
Cameron, this lovely man, used to be my customer, and he used to run a very infamous and famous pub called the Falcon Tap.
Good times.
In Micklegate, York. And that's where our brobads started.
Indeed.
And Cameron was beautiful. He was the ideal customer because he was always very easy to sell to.
Thanks, man.
That's all right, mate. Well, it had its positives as well.
It was good for
In
me.
a sentimental way, not just from a sales point of view.
It's true.
And we got to know each other really well, and popped into the pub outside of selling hours socially. Got to know each other as well. And I think it's fair to say we become friends. Friendship blossomed. I came to you with an idea. I was leaving an old job. Came to you with the idea of starting a brewery, and it was a complete jest almost. And but you actually surprised me.
Were you joking as well?
And shocked me and said yes. And then I called you up 2 weeks later and then asked, were you being serious? And you said yes. Well, no, you said no. And then within about 3 months we had a working brewery.
We did.
It was that quick. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the setup period for our brewery was from first pint and clinking glasses to sort of shaking hands on setting up to brewing our first beer and pouring our first beer was literally under a quarter of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was nuts. It was really nice, but we were fortunate to find some nice kit, a nice part of the world to brew beer in, some lovely people around us, and I guess the rest is history. Today you find us not where we started brewing, but a little further down the road in lovely sunny Knaresborough. We've been here for just over a year now. I think it's fair to say this is our home, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is it.
Settled right in really quickly.
We're part of a lovely community. There's some nice breweries, some great bars, and a lot of people that are really passionate about the sort of beer that we make. We absolutely love being in Knaresborough.
As you can see, everyone, it's quite a cavernous space, but it's a lot bigger than our old place. I know it might not be as big as some of the big breweries out there, but for us, when we first got here from day one, it seemed massive. Our old place was about a third the size of this, and we were almost sitting on top of each other. So we've been here just over a year now.
Just over a year.
Yeah.
That has gone very quickly indeed.
Yeah. And it's for most of the time that we've been here, we've been living in some strange times, but we've muddled through, haven't we? Kept
Indeed.
on going.
Indeed. Yeah, we want to thank Beer 52 for inviting us to Cyberfest, and of course to you for joining us in the brewery today. So without further ado, let's crack this can of beer open.
Yeah.
I must say before we do that, this is probably the first time in perhaps 10 months that Aaron and I have sat down and had a beer, so this is very lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Using spelt and wheat and some Vienna malt, I think that was Luke's idea. We really wanted to do a British hop pale. Earlier this year, at the last event before civilization was terminated, Luke and I went to BRX, Brewers Conference. Charles Farron, the hop supplier, had a wonderful pitch with some delicious English hops. And we got stuck in, came up with some samples, and
It's really damn good.
it is nice, isn't it? And we absolutely had to brew something with some English hops. So I guess this beer is probably a couple of months, a little bit of research, and also I guess during the first lockdown, trying as many different English hopped beers as we could, close to the style that we were trying to get to. This beer uses 3 British hop varieties. We've got Jester, Harlequin and Mystic.
I don't know, just in case you forgot.
You just checking me?
No, I was ready just in case.
Just in case. Oh,
Yeah.
I see you.
I think it's the first beer that we've ever done with purely English hops. Is that right?
Indeed. Yeah. The first pale beer at the very least.
Yeah, first pale beer. Yeah, sure. I don't know, just from reading recently, the tide seems to be turning a little bit, and the interest in English hops is increasing a bit more the last 6 to 12 months. So it's great. We didn't do it because of that. It's just a complete coincidence, but it's really good to, a brewery like us to do a completely English hop beer, and we got a lot of love from Charles Farrams, like you said, and the hop grower. Like you say, he messaged us. I think he was really pleased that a brewery like Turning Point was doing an all English hop beer, and yeah, it's great. I absolutely adore it. Well, obviously I'm biased, but I do. It's really nice. Yeah, I'm completely biased, so ignore me. But I love it because it's such a well-balanced, like very flavoursome beer, but also very delicately flavoured as well, and complex, but also in balance as well. You definitely taste the hops that are in there, and for English hops, they do pack quite a punch.
Certainly do. So I guess, there are so many different ways you could make an English hop beer, and I guess the thing that we wanted to do the most was to try and use them to emulate some of that American hop flavour. So picking the most sort of fruit-forward hop varieties that we could find, and then sort of carefully balancing those out, was a really, really fun thing to do, and lovely ingredients. And as Aaron said, nice to get the hop growers involved in trying the beer and sharing it with their friends. I think everyone from Charles Farrams has been through our web shop a couple of times for a few cans of this, haven't they? So
definitely.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It just goes to show there are some really, really nice ingredients growing on these shores. As much as we love our American and Australian hops, I think it's probably fair to say you can expect to see beers like this from us again, because absolutely.
We've already got some plans to make some English style beers next year using English hops, and I think if you used to ask our customers what we're most well known for, it would be hop forward beers and big stouts, I think, and then probably Disco King, our American Pale Ale, would lead the pack.
Yeah, I think
so to do something with English hops wasn't a gamble or a risk. We just had to do something, I suppose, using English hopped, but still in a style of beer that people know us for. And then we can sort of go on from there and do other stuff with English hops. So yeah, it's really cool, and I think it's safe to say that we're all really, really pleased with Perpetual Gold. I hope you guys are. I hope you're enjoying it back home.
Definitely, yeah. And the beer is actually named after a song by The Orb. Is that right?
Yeah.
The Orb?
Yeah.
So if you want a bit of musical accompaniment after we finish rambling at you, then please put that tune on. If you can find it on YouTube. It's a cracker, isn't it?
And for those of you who don't know who The Orb is, they were like a psychedelic dance band from the early 90s who may or may not still be going.
Aaron, it's been an absolute joy drinking this beer with you.
Likewise.
Not something we've done much of this year.
No.
So nice to share this pint with you, with the nice people at Beer 52 Cyberfest.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers very much.
For me, this is a really cracking example of a modern English pale ale, because it's hazy as fuck. It's really hoppy.
Well, I told you shouldn't go into the magic cave without a magic potion. It's ridiculous to think you could do that anyway. The answer is a bike of bees. See what I mean? Bear at chest, aren't you?